It's here, guys. It's here. Grab yourself a drink, because we're going to talk about the Lacroix Lonestar. So I've had my Lacroix Lonestar now for just over a year. It is a completely different board. It is a monster. It is everything that people rave about online. It is an amazing board. It really is. The motors, they're just, the noise on them, it's just crazy. It's just so much power, considering that I came from a boosted board background. It is just insane the amount of torque this board has. So I'm going to talk to you guys about a few questions that people have asked me about, and a few pros and cons, because the board's not perfect. It's as simple as that. There is a few flaws from my personal experience more than anything else. So, the pro, I gotta say, range. The reason why I bought the Lacroix in the first place was purely on the range. You've got a divide. Speed demons and people who crave range. Now, I come into the category of range. I'm not a speed demon. Yeah, maybe now and again I like to put my foot down and throttle it up and stuff, but for me, range, man, range. Now, again, I said I came from a boosted board background, so coming from urethane wheels to air-filled tyres was an absolute dream. Oh, the comfort of just rolling over anything and not having to worry about cracks, gravel, grass. Lacroix can go over it. Now, people say it's an off-road board. I don't want to say it is an off-road board. I would like to say it's an urban carver, cruiser. Yeah, an urban carver, I would say it is more than anything else, because I've done some terrain which has pushed the Lacroix to the limit and scratched up my motors. And yeah, you know, I'm the one who bought the board. I'm the one who's gonna see what it can do, but it can do some stuff, man. Like gravel, no problem. Booming on the grass, no problem. I've never experienced this before, guys, because obviously I've only been on urethane wheels. So to have that 8-inch tyres, it is a dream. It really is. And for people who haven't been on the board that's got that, it is a massive eye-opener. It really, really is. Now I'll go to a con next. And it's only a small one. No, actually I got two. One of them is the charge port. The little flap that goes on the board. It pisses me off. For a high performance board, I honestly thought they would have had something that would stick in, screw cap, maybe like the X-Way Atlas. I don't know if any other boards have got it, but for fuck's sake, man, to have a flap that just keeps coming out when obviously you're riding with the vibrations and stuff. Surely to God, Lacroix would have fixed that on the Super Sport, but he never. That is one of my bugbears more than anything else. And if I can fix that, or is something third party out there, guys, leave it in the comments below, because it is annoying, very annoying. Second fault that I will probably say that is a con in my eyes, it's just these are my personal feelings more than anything else, is coming back from a boosted board background. They had a built-in odometer so you can track your miles, and that was amazing to see. Now, when I first got my Lacroix, I didn't know that you had to like get a third-party app to check the battery percentage, that your miles that you've done and stuff like that. I thought that Lacroix maybe would have had everything like an app, which they do now, but I'm on a 12S 12P version, so I haven't got a storm core in my Lacroix. So Yes, there is third-party apps out there, like yours truly, Xmatic, and God knows how many other ones you got for Android. I'm an iPhone user, so that's what I use. And sometimes the apps don't work. They maybe stop halfway through if you stop for, a refreshment. Or they don't log the ride at all. And that pisses me off, to be honest with you. I don't understand why they didn't have like maybe an option of having meta built into it, which we buy, as an extra. But yeah, that's one of my bugbears. But let's lift the mood now, guys. Yeah, let's get the crap out of the way with, which pissed me off, and talk about how amazing this board is. Now, as I've said in previous videos, I am a heavier guy, and the Lacroix handles me like a dream. And again, another reason why I bought the Lacroix, so I can have X amount of range and just carry on going and going and going. And it does. It is obviously hit everything that I wanted to do. It is substantially amazing for that. It is a heavy board. It weighs 50 odd pounds, something like that. So again, I don't know if I would take it on, into city rides and stuff like that, because it is a beast to carry around. Now, I had to put a drag handle on my board just to drag it, just to make life easier and stuff, and it has. After that, not a problem. The range is just out of this world. I've not rinsed it. I've not rinsed the Lacroix battery. I've done, biggest ride I've done to date is probably about 30 odd miles. It's not as much as what everyone else does, where they kill at 50 miles plus and blah blah blah. But for where I go rural at the moment, it is amazing. And to watch, like my friend come out on a ride with me and stuff, he's still using his boosted board, and just to see his battery die fast, and I've only used like 10% battery, it is unreal. It is. I don't get range anxiety anymore. It's as simple as that. It's brilliant. I don't have to worry. I charge it, I go out for the day, I enjoy myself, and I don't have to worry about my battery. Now again, mine was one of the early models, the 12S 12P version, and I used the VX1 remote. And I must say, I have never had an issue with this remote. If anything, I love that remote. And with all the new boards I've seen now, due to signal drop-in and stuff like that, I've never personally experienced it, but they come in with the Hoyt Puck remote. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that remote. It don't feel comfortable in my hands, so I'm glad that I had the option at the time for this. Now, I did have a few hiccups at the very start of my journey into Lacroix. When the board was delivered, it wasn't set up for my weight category, so I changed out the white bushings and put in red bushings, and I had a problem then putting the Kingpin back into my truck, which was an absolute nightmare. I hadn't even ridden it 2-3 miles, not even that, probably less than that, because obviously if I'm not stable on the board and it's uncomfortable, I'm not going to ride it. So I knew I had to change the bushings out. There is a video, my first impressions video, which I will link down below, and you can see what happened. But Lacroix were happy. They were very good. They sent me a new base plate, which I kitted out, fixed it, and I was back to riding. Now let's talk about the Hypertrucks. The Hypertrucks are very stable. I don't think I've had a speed wobble yet, touch wood, because they just planted. They just make you feel so much more comfortable. It is unbelievable. Another thing that I like about the Lacroix is the deck. The deck is super stiff, really wide, and it's just perfect again for a guy like me. I wasn't 100% sure at first that I was going to enjoy it, because coming from a boosted board background again with a flex, I prefer this deck more than my boosted board. Stiff deck all the way now, because it just seems more comfortable for me. The concave on the deck, again, where you put your feet position and everything and just lock in, you just go. It's so comfortable. Again, with the airfield tires and everything, it is just perfect. Absolutely perfect. I cannot fault Lacroix for picking such an amazing deck. Well done, Lacroix. Carving. Let's talk about carving. Now the board is £50, as I said. It is a very heavy board. It glides. It glides back and forth so well. Now I didn't think I was going to be able to do that with a heavy board. It is super carvy, and especially if you put the different bushings in there, again, it is going to be like that snowboard effect that Lacroix were going for. So for me, it is fun. I have stable, and at the same time I can still carve back and forth. So that just wraps it up, guys, to be honest with you. That is just like my bite-sized review of the Lacroix Lonestar, and again, I can't stress enough how much I've enjoyed it, how much it's helped me during the pandemic of just going out, enjoying myself and being safe, because I'm not around people. I'm going into the countryside and just enjoying myself. Now, I'm not into all the specs and stuff like that. I'm just your average Joe who just literally puts out there what he thinks about what he writes. And there's many other YouTubers out there that do the specs and stuff like that. Go and see them. For me though, honestly, it is an amazing board. From what I've experienced, it's catered to. I can't fault it. It does everything I needed to do. Again guys, thank you very much for watching my videos. It is very appreciated, and it is sunny here at the moment in Wales, which is a rare thing. If you like the video guys, smash the like button, hit that subscribe button down below, and drop me a comment as well guys, and let me know what board you're riding, and if there is any substantial upgrades that I could do with my Lacroix. I'm always open to ideas, so drop it down below, and I'll see you in the next one guys. Cheers.